White Guys!
You going?
Yeah, we're live.
This is White Guys for Black History Month.
Episode?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think it's 23.
23.
Yeah.
It's been a while. What was I here in 20?
You've been gone a little while. So welcome back, JoJo.
We're back.
And welcome to this guy, my buddy Matt, the founder, president, dean, and sole professor of Red Pill University on TikTok.
I am.
He is.
I am the dean.
Thanks for being here, dude.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me. I meet the prerequisites, so
You do.
I'm a white guy.
It's easy.
Yeah,
It's a small checklist.
really is.
It's one box. That's it. Well, two.
Oh, it's two.
Two boxes. Yeah. But yeah, I had no idea about your TikTok until you posted on Facebook that you just hit 25K, and I was like, "What? I didn't even know you were on TikTok."
I keep it a secret.
So I found you right away, and as Joe just did recently, went
Yeah.
down the rabbit hole, and I was like, "Holy shit, we need to do something together." And I reached out to you, and you were like, "Hell yeah, let's do it."
Yeah,
And so now you're here
I'm here.
in the basement for White Guy Wednesday.
A little fucking musty down
In
here.
the studio. Thank you very much.
In the studio.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the studio.
Thanks,
the
Jamie.
high-end
Yeah.
studio. Listeners, if you're on audio or video, you'll probably be thinking, this guy does not look like Kenny G, nor does he sound like Kenny G. But Kenny has been down in Florida for so long now that he's starting to look a little ethnic. And so we wanted to give him a little cool-off time, a little time for the pigmentation to drain out of his skin before we brought him back on. So we figured we'll bring Matt back on because I don't want to do this solo. It's never, the idea was never just to be me monologuing up here. It's always supposed to be a dialogue and a discussion amongst some dudes. So we got Matt on board and
Some white guys.
and some white guys, and it's a Wednesday. So and it's Black History Month.
Yeah.
And it probably, I don't know about you guys, but probably it might be my second favorite month. You know, we always try to celebrate all the months here on the show.
Yeah.
We did a lot for Pride Month, was probably my favorite. This might be a close second, and I mean, I can't imagine that anybody. It's a month that everybody can kind of agree on, right? I mean, I can't imagine anybody having a problem.
Well, no, there's at least one guy that doesn't agree with you.
What?
Yeah. You ever see Morgan Freeman talk about it?
Oh, the voice of God.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Here, let me pull it up for you real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Black History Month you find
Ridiculous.
why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
No, I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
I mean, it's got a point.
How do you argue with that?
Yeah.
I mean, this dude literally plays the voice of God. I mean, I'm not really someone to give a shit what actors have to say about important points, but when it's the dude who plays God,
Yeah. He's kind of
Can't argue with it.
I might listen. Yeah.
Dude. And how about while I was pulling out the Jew card?
Well, I'm Jewish. Okay.
not
Well,
me. It's
when's
not
Jewish History Month?
That was the biggest.
We
I don't
own
wanna be-
all the months.
That was. I don't want to continue this conversation anymore, so I'm Jewish.
Yeah. I love that's such a great clip.
I thought I liked you.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So yeah, welcome to Black History Month. We're halfway through it, I guess. A little more than halfway.
Sure.
Yeah. But I wanted to throw a quick Black History Month fact on you guys. I don't know if you know who the very first self-made American female millionaire was. I didn't know this either and I don't even remember how I came to it randomly, but it was actually a black woman.
You don't say.
Yeah. Madam C.J. Walker. She was the first person in her family born into freedom. She was
Jimmy Walker's grandmother?
Johnny Walker's great-granddaughter. Yeah, she was born in 1867. So a year after Emancipation Proclamation. The rest of her siblings, her parents or grandparents, all born into slavery. She became a self-made millionaire within her lifetime. She started a company selling beauty products, hair and skin products to African-American women, and is the first, and I'm not saying the first black female self-made millionaire, the first female American self-made millionaire was a black woman 1 generation removed from slavery.
How is that possible?
How is that possible?
I was told that slavery and systematic racism is keeping the black man down.
Right. Today in 2024.
Yeah, how'd you do it back then?
Madam C.J. Walker, born in 1867, became a millionaire.
So Joe Biden lied to me.
I can't imagine that he would.
No.
He must have just misspoke.
It's not possible.
So really just what Morgan Freeman was saying, Black history is American history. And even my son, who's 13, brought this up recently. He said, why do they want to separate themselves? Because obviously he's in public school and they're doing stuff. And he's like, why would it be separate? Why would anybody want a separate month for their history? And I said, that's a great question. I don't know that everybody does. Morgan Freeman doesn't. I can't imagine he's the only person that feels that way. You know, it's hard to know, but I not being a member of the black community, I don't really know how the majority of people feel. But
I want a White History Month.
Do you?
I do. I want to be equal.
Yeah. What would we talk about, or who would we study for White History Month?
Oh, that's a good one.
Pretty much every president ever except one.
Every great person in history.
Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna have to say that.
Well, I was scrolling TikTok the other day and came across this podcast, which I had never heard before. I don't know if it's just a new thing for Black History Month, but it's called the Black History for Real podcast.
Really?
And they did this super slick animated video about Assata Shakur when she got busted out of prison. Mm-hmm. She was in a federal prison in New Jersey. She got busted out in 1979 by 3 members of what was called the Black Liberation Army back then. And it was really slick. It was like nice animation, good narration. And some of you might be thinking, Shakur, Assata Shakur, that sounds familiar. Like, where do I know that from? Tupac Shakur. This woman was Tupac Shakur's step-aunt and godmother and was a member of this very radical kind of black separatist group.
Did she
in the
also
60s and
fuck
70s.
Jada Pinkett?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Tupac Shakur, who's held in such high esteem in the hip-hop community, you know, who we all remember went to prison for first-degree sexual assault, right? We all remember that. Tupac.
I don't remember.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, you weren't born yet.
Tupac is a saint. How dare you soil his name?
But yeah, so his aunt Assata in 1977, she was convicted of first-degree murder of a New Jersey state trooper. There was a stick-up on the turnpike and a shootout. So that was in 1973. When they busted her out, it was basically 3 guys. They somehow snuck a gun into the prison on their bodies.
The old prison wallet?
Yeah.
That's one deep wallet.
Dude, that is a tough thing to pull off.
Yeah.
You got to train for that.
In a federal facility, too. So they managed to kidnap 2 guards, put them in the cell, take Assata out and somehow walk out. It's insane. She fled to Cuba. She hasn't been seen since.
Oh, it was an inside job. I blame Obama.
But it's insane. And I'm thinking, like, so these are the types of stories that you want to highlight for Black History Month. You want to highlight known terrorists and right? You're not highlighting Thomas Sowell, who happens to be one of the greatest living economists and philosophers, who, guess what, is also a melanated person. I never learned about Thomas Sowell until I was a fucking adult. And I guarantee you most people in the country don't know about Thomas Sowell. He's published like 40-some books. Amazing guy. They're not highlighting Clarence Thomas. They're not highlighting every single one of the first Black elected representatives to Congress, which, guess what, happened to be Republicans after the Emancipation Proclamation. Not highlighting those. We're highlighting fucking criminals. And I'm like...
Hey, no, they highlighted Usher on the radio today.
Oh, did they?
About his career and fucking 30 Grammys or whatever it was.
Okay.
But yeah, they've been doing that for the past week or so.
So, yeah, let's go. I want to go back to Assata. So Assata escaped to Cuba with the help of 3 other members of the BLA, the Black Liberation Army, as well as members of what was called the May 19th Communist Organization, which sprang out of the Weather Underground, which is another one of these radical, basically domestic terrorists groups in the 60s and 70s. We hear a lot about white supremacy domestic terrorists now. Well, these guys were huge. And when I first looked into them, I was like, May 19th Communist why May 19th Communist Organization? Well, no shit. They named themselves after the birthday of fucking Ho Chi Minh, who was the communist leader of North Vietnam. That they named their...
How did they even know that?
I mean, they're not the smartest people in the world, but they somehow figured out Ho Chi Minh's birthday and said, that's the name of our organization.
That's impressive. I'm astonished.
Yeah. Before the internet, too. I mean,
somebody had to go to a fucking library
yeah.
And open a book.
When was Ho Chi Minh
learn how
born?
to read first and then open a book.
So, yeah, when you start to look into this stuff, you realize how closely aligned like the history of Black radicalism is with Marxism and communism. And I didn't know this at first until I started to look into it. But, and, you know, some of the nuttiest people, and I've interacted with some of these people on TikTok, because I think I was telling you, like, sometimes I'll jump on these TikTok lives. Yeah. And some of these people will actually tell you that Karl Marx stole all of his ideas from traditional African tribal communities.
Of course he did.
So, and at first I was like, this is total bull. Like, do you have any proof of this? And they didn't. But it almost makes sense in a way, because communism can work in a tribal community, right? Like, I'm basically communists in my nuclear family. Okay. I'm the one that works and makes the money. I share it with my kids, right? We share everything. It works on a small scale, but the problem is that it doesn't scale up from a small scale. When you're talking about a country with 130 or 350 million people or whatever, it's not going to work, and it's never worked, and it's always failed. Yeah. Yet these people still...
Well, it's never been done right.
It's never been done right. Exactly. That's what they'll tell you, is it's never been done right.
Good plan,
We've
poor
never had true communism, and that's the problem. So
that's the problem.
That's the problem. We haven't done enough of it. We've only done like a little bit. When we do full on,
no, we need pure uncut comedy.
Then it's gonna uncut, exactly. But as you guys know, the greatest threat facing the country nowadays is white supremacy. Right.
Absolutely.
Which is why we're basically doing this podcast, to try to relieve the fears of Americans that not all white people are terrorists.
No, we're pieces of shit.
Or are we? Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But this wasn't always the case. So back, I mentioned the May 19th Communist Organization. They were just one of many during those times. And we think now we hear a story about Oklahoma City or something, or any kind of bombing or school shooting, and it's horrible, of course. But people forget that in the 70s and the 80s, this was almost like a monthly thing. Like, bombs were going off all over the place. So I actually pulled together what is going to seem like a long list, and maybe I'll skip a few, but it's actually a short list. Like, I pared this down from the overall list of terrorist bombings in the 70s and 80s. And some of these were done by the Black Liberation Army. Some of these were done by the M19 Co. Black Panthers obviously had a few. The Weather Underground was huge as well, which I said. And there was another one called the Prairie Fire Organizing Committee. All these people, I don't know where they got that name from, but they were all deeply Marxist, all deeply shitty commies. And so I just wanted to go through a few of the choice events, and stop me anytime if you guys want to talk about any of them. But and I'm just going to read from this list because there's no way I was going to memorize all this. So in 1979, 3 members walked into the visitor center of the Clinton Correctional Facility. This is the story I told you earlier for women near Clinton. Took 2 guards hostage and freed Assata Shakur, a member of the Black Liberation Army. Shakur was serving a sentence of life plus 26 to 33 years for the murder of a state trooper. Several months later, they arranged for the escape of William Morales, a member of a Puerto Rican separatist group, from Bellevue Hospital in New York City, where he was recovering after a bomb he was building exploded in his hands. Bummer. In 1981, Weather Underground members Kathy Boudin, Judith Clark, and David Gilbert, together with several members of the Black Liberation Army, participated in the robbery of a Brinks armored car near Nyack, New York, during which the Brinks guard and 2 Nyack police officers were killed. Upon their arrest, Boudin was identified as a member of the May 19th Communist Organization. The attack resulted in the theft of $1.6 million intended to create an ethno-state for Black Americans in the South, termed New Africa. And I read this one and I was like, Boudin, that last name, that sounds familiar. The super leftist San Francisco district attorney, Chesa Boudin, this was his mom. The guy who just got voted out of office, who's at least more than half responsible for San Francisco turning into a fucking shithole.
Wow.
Not charging people, releasing criminals onto the street. This was his mom who was doing this. Yeah. So this is how this stuff perpetuates itself over the decades.
Son like mother, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And as I said, that money was intended to create an ethno-state.
So which state were they planning on taking over and making the new Africa?
It just said the South, so I don't know exactly where they were planning on doing it. But
they're coming right for Alabama.
Afrobama.
Afrobama.
All right, we got a few more. On January 28th, 1983, M19 Co. bombed the Federal Building in Staten Island, New York. April 25th, 1983, the group was responsible for a bombing of the National War College at Fort McNair in Washington, D.C. On November 7th, 1983, the group triggered a bomb explosion at the U.S. Senate. On August 18th, 1983, it bombed the Washington Navy Yard Computer Center. On April 5th, 1984, it bombed the Israeli Aircraft Industries Building. On April 20th, 1984, M19 Co. committed a bombing at the Washington Navy Yard Officers Club. On September 26, 1984, the South African consulate was bombed. November 3rd, 1984, 2 members of the M19 Co., Susan Rosenberg and Timothy Blunk, were arrested in a mini warehouse they had rented in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Police recovered more than 100 blasting caps, nearly 200 sticks of dynamite, more than 100 cartridges of gel explosive, and 24 bags of blasting agent from the warehouse. And the last one on the list is M19 Co.'s last bombing was on February 23rd, 1985, at the Policemen's Benevolent Association in New York City.
I wonder if you add up all of those casualties, if it would equal up to the casualties in like 9/11, or
I don't think so. I think we're probably talking in the hundreds, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about, like, you know, I understand 9/11 was, you know, a tragedy, but like we talk about these small incidents that have been happening over the years and equaling up to, like, you know, we have a day in remembrance of 9/11.
Yeah.
But all these other acts, they were terroristic acts like
Yeah.
bombing all these U.S. buildings, like the Navy, stuff like that. It's just
Right.
it's crazy to
The
think
Senate?
about. Yeah,
He bombed the fucking Senate.
yeah,
Like,
and it just never have I once ever heard about any of that
Right.
before.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's not part of the message.
yeah,
I mean, when most people learn about that history, you learn about the struggle for civil rights,
yeah.
right? You don't hear about the radical side of it.
You
I mean,
hear-
could you
you-
imagine like basically every month throughout the 80s,
Yep.
there was a major bombing
You
or
hear about
robbery of a bank. Like, I didn't even go into the bank robberies. I think we mentioned one armored car robbery, but there were many of those.
yeah.
Stockpiling weapons, explosives, like,
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is like in like high schools, the only thing they really teach you about is like Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King,
right,
and they like kind of leave out everything else.
right.
The only other times I like in my life growing up so far that I've heard about any of that radical stuff was one through my grandfather because he lived through it,
Yeah.
and then also this will sound dumb, and I'm not saying exactly how it was phrased, it was how it happened, but you ever watched Forrest Gump?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that gives you a little bit of a taste
Yeah.
of what it could have looked like. So
Well, that's why the White Guys podcast is here to teach you people about the true history of black radicalism and terrorism
during Black History Month.
during Black History Month. And it's not even us. I mean, I told you about that video that I saw about Assata Shakur being broken out. Like, that's what set me off on this. I saw that and I was like, okay, well, if that's what you guys are going to put out for Black History Month, like, let's put out the rest of it
Yeah.
too, because
Yeah.
it's not like I'm saying anything that's people shouldn't know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like,
Well, according to you. You should preface this with, I did not kill myself. I don't have suicidal thoughts.
I'm a very happy person.
Yes. I mean, we're probably not big enough for that, but
No.
we could definitely get canceled.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I mean, I'm sure we've been throttled already. I
Like
mean,
Cox for
My
Kids.
my page just gets massacred by these TikTok commies.
yeah.
I'm about 32,000 followers now. I should probably have double that, but
Yeah.
half of my videos, if not more, they just suppress them. Nobody sees them because they're under the impression I'm a Trump supporter. That my pro-Trump page, just because I love him like a son loves a father, and I went to his inauguration, it doesn't mean I support the man.
Right.
I mean, do a little research before you start persecuting me.
Right.
And I mean, the people need to see what I have to put out there.
Yeah.
It's quality. It's the truth.
It's quality shit for sure, man. Hey, you crack me up every time.
But every once in a while, one skirts through
Yeah.
and gets through the algorithm and gets some traction, but usually not.
How did you, like, what got you started making videos?
I just like to shit post, man.
Yeah.
I need an outlet for that. Facebook's not that.
Yeah.
TikTok just seemed easy. And then it's a huge audience. So I just started posting there, started getting a little bit of traction here and there. Posted a Trump video that for some reason blew up. I had no idea it would. Now it's up to 2.9 million views. And my followers just skyrocketed from there.
Yeah.
And
You hit the algorithm and it just took off.
Yeah.
yeah, and it comes in spurts, but when they decide they're angry with me and they don't want to hear my message, they crack down
The boot goes on the neck just a little bit.
a little bit. I feel a little floyded.
No, it's good though, because it's a weird platform, right? Because it seems so easy to get your stuff out to people, yet it's probably one of the worst for censorship.
Oh, it's
and
hands down the worst. I mean,
Yeah.
Instagram allows. It's almost a Wild West now. Like
Dude, yeah, Instagram is
they put,
Yeah.
they're getting wild. TikTok, you can't put anything.
Yep.
I mean, and if they don't ban it, they'll just remove it from the For You page, and that just kills a video.
Right.
So,
Yep.
yeah, but I mean, 32,000 for a fat middle-aged guy on that platform,
That's not bad.
it's respectable.
Yeah. You're not a teenage girl. I feel
I'm
like
not. I'm not shaking my tits.
No.
And,
Not yet.
that's for my OnlyFans. So
Ooh.
that is coming,
We will link to that in the description.
coming hot. Tits and buttholes.
But it's all one word, right? Red Pill University.
Yes, at
Okay.
Red Pill University.
Okay. And only TikTok
So far, yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably gonna branch out, but who knows?
Well, we'll see
I
if
could,
we can.
I could just shutter it tomorrow. Shut it the fuck down.
Yeah, you could.
I could.
But it's good to have your voice out there.
I'm just trying to make funnies.
Yeah.
And if I red pill somebody once in a while, good.
Yeah.
So.
Now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you hit the point? I don't know how to. And you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. But TikTok's, promotions and you can make money off of videos.
Yeah.
Have you experienced any of that yet?
Yeah, they actually my page when you hit 10,000 followers, you can get monetized.
Okay.
They monetized my page, but they like to disqualify a lot of videos
Yeah.
from monetization.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been paid for a few of them, but for most of them, no.
Not the big one.
No, the big ones, oh hell no, they're not going to pay out money for those.
Yeah.
No, so it's unfortunate, but
Dude, if they did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you that.
Well, there's hope. Maybe one day.
Someday, maybe we can blow this thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, you, and young Jamie over here.
I was waiting for it, man. I was fucking waiting for it. Norm was like, "Yeah, he's gonna call you Jamie." I'm like, "Yep, I'm gonna accept it, but I know I'm nowhere near what he can do."
Someday.
Listen, dude, I'm a plumber.
It's all right. Jamie started somewhere too.
Yeah,
That's all right.
So yeah, there's hope. And then, we bring old boy up from Florida.
Yeah.
After he gets done drinking rum and probably accidentally hooking up with trannies.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the stories. I mean, he's been down there like 2 months, I think.
He has to have a good gator story.
Not more.
yeah,
He's had a run-in.
I would think so.
dude.
I'd hope so. I mean, if not,
Yeah.
he's doing it wrong.
He told me he fell off an electric bike, and I was like, what?
What?
Okay. How much were you drinking?
He's probably...
It's one of the gayest things I've ever heard.
I know. What the fuck? It's like you Biden'd off of an electric bike. Not at least Biden was on like a 12-speed or something.
I know. Jesus Christ. He should keep that story to himself. Wouldn't tell anybody.
Well, he tried to.
Listen,
until-
motherfucker, you're not here. I told you to come tonight, and you decided to not come.
Now everyone will know.
Do not come. Yeah, so the larger point, I think, about getting back to the 70s and 80s and the radical groups, I think the larger point is that so many people I talk to are really confused about how we got to where we are right now. They don't understand the polarization. They don't understand the insane left-wing ideas that are taking over. But the bigger point is these people from the 60s and 70s, they didn't just go away. Like, some of them were killed, some of them went to prison, but many of them became professors in colleges.
Yeah.
Many of them started passing these ideas on to the next generation so that you stew in that intellectually retarded shit
But the
stew.
people are retarded.
Perfect. Thank you, Osho. They are. They're getting more retarded. And then what happens is, kids go into these institutions of supposed higher learning, and they're learning the same radical shit that these people practiced during that time. And then once you reach a certain mass of these people, they kind of come out into the greater world, into the greater society, and then those ideas start to explode everywhere. And it seems like they've just come out of nowhere, but it's been festering
It's been all part of the plan. They're
for
playing the long game.
generations. It goes back to it was this guy, this German guy, actually. I'm not going to remember his name, so I have it written down.
Does his first name start off
was it
Adolf?
Rudy.
Rudy.
Hitler?
It actually wasn't Adolf Hitler. Hitler bad. It was Rudy Duschke was his name. Duschke. Okay. He was a German socialist, and he came up with this phrase, the long march through the institutions. And that's been a goal of the far left since the 60s and even before that. The whole idea was to infiltrate the schools, colleges, because you got to get to the kids. You got to get to the kids while their brains are still plastic, and you have to indoctrinate them early in order to create this mass movement that's going to eventually take over the world. Right? I've tried to tell people about this who, like I was saying, like they're like, I don't understand. Like, why is the world so crazy now? Like, why? And it's been building. It's been building and building for a long time.
You're just waking up to it.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw it in high school. Like,
did you?
Like, I swear, every grade below me was just a level up, like worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Not even the way they acted, but shit they believed in, you know, the way they acted in schools, how they treated people. Dude, I literally just saw it. Like, my my cousin that was a year younger than me, his grade was 10 times worse than mine. Then the grade below them was just kept getting worse. And like I told you earlier about the school was having issues in middle school of people getting pregnant and cocaine.
Yeah.
When I was in that middle school, we were like reading books, smiling, and having a good time. Like that, and like I'm only at I'm out of high school 4.5 years now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it changed that fast,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows you that these generations are just getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole, and it's not just Black history. Obviously, we're like focusing on that because it's the greatest month of the year. But
Yep, and the shortest.
Thank God.
So unfortunate.
But no, this far left Marxism, communism, all this stuff is so intricately intertwined in academia that
Big word.
it's a
Well,
academia.
It's not just academia. It's the whole entertainment industry.
Well, yes, exactly. Yeah.
It's just pushed through the media, entertainment,
Right.
education system. These kids don't stand a chance.
They're all strands that are getting woven together into this, what I like to call it, a shit sweater.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna rest until every person on the planet has to wear this shit sweater
Yes.
that they've made. Right. And the whole idea is like everybody's gonna be better off. We're all gonna be, but
you have a shit sweater on.
the reality is I'm wearing a shit sweater.
Yeah.
I'm not any better. Like,
No.
you might be giving me free breakfast. Like, the Black Panthers gave out free breakfast. Cuba gave out free breakfast.
Was it chicken and waffles?
How'd that work out for Cuba? You're like, all right, free breakfast, but I'm wearing a fucking shit sweater. And my life is horrible. But here's some free breakfast.
You know what I'm in?
I knew you'd be in.
Free, done. Who we sporting? Okay.
But yeah, there was this other guy, this German Marxist named Herbert Marcuse, and he was a member of what was called the Frankfurt School. And I'm a total amateur with this. I'm not trying to present myself as any kind of expert on this. Anybody who's really interested in it, this dude James Lindsay has a really great podcast. It's called New Discourses, and he goes deep into the history of all this stuff. I am like skimming off the top.
Reading the article.
Yeah.
The header.
The header. But Herbert Marcuse eventually came over to the U.S. and started teaching in the University of California. And one of his star pupils was Angela Davis, who was a huge member in the 60s and 70s of these radical black movements and actually provided the guns that were used to shoot a judge and a police officer in California during a trial where some of these guys were being should have been convicted of a robbery, I believe it was. She never went to prison. She was actually acquitted by an all-white jury of all charges. So in the early 80s.
Fucking traitors.
So amazing. And what did Angela Davis do? She went on to become a professor at the University of California. She's been there since the 80s, I believe. So
nice.
That's how this shit perpetuates itself.
Yeah.
And it keeps going. And she actually, you guys know about that show? I think it's called Finding Your Roots. I think it's on PBS.
Yes.
So she was on recently. And I don't know. The clip went around. But it turns out that she's a descendant of some of the original people from the Mayflower. Yes. And she had a fucking breakdown on when she found
She had a goddamn crisis.
it
It was delicious.
It was so good.
That is a list of the passengers on the Mayflower.
No, I can't believe this. No, my ancestors did not come here on the Mayflower.
Your ancestors came
No.
on the Mayflower.
No.
You are descended
No.
from one of the 101 people who sailed on the Mayflower.
Oof. That's a little bit too much to deal with right now.
Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that you may have descended from people who laid
Never.
the foundation
Never.
for this country?
Never.
My God. You see the chick from The View who found out that she's the son of the slave owners?
Which one is that?
Giant proponent of
Sunny,
reparations.
is that Sunny
Sunny something?
Hostin?
I don't watch that bullshit. I
You
don't
know, you know them all.
I see the. All right. What I masturbate
You got the
to
View
is none of your
calendar.
business.
I think it was Honey Hostin. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. She was like, I still believe in reparations, of course.
Just so you know.
But what are you paying them to yourself? How does that work? If you're
Yeah, how do you do that? I think she should just apologize, come over to our team.
there's not a lot of deep thinking going on.
There isn't.
Yep.
She doesn't know what the hell to
That's
do.
the other thing to remember.
That rocked her world, and she has no idea how to handle it, and it's amazing.
Yeah. It's great.
I love to see it. I hope everyone brings it up to her every single fucking day.
Yeah.
Well, not going to happen. They're going to forget about that shit.
It'll get
That's going to
swept.
get memory
It'll
hold.
get swept under the rug.
Yeah. It'll never be mentioned on The View again.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Unless Trump comes on.
Like, hey, by the way,
Could you imagine if they they never would.
They wouldn't, but it would be so good.
It would be great television. It'd be the only time I would ever watch The View.
I'd watch with my pants off. My God. I'd be drained.
if Trump came on,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah. Can you imagine?
left leg fully numb.
Oh. I'd fucking rip the skin off the thing.
Woo.
Man.
Do we want to?
I'm juiced up for the debates. Trump v. Biden.
Do you think there's actually going to be debate though?
I don't think they're going to let him debate, but if there is, I mean, there has to be.
How could
Or else, they're proving everyone right that he's running and he's really a senile. Which we all know.
Can we talk about that?
I don't see how they could possibly let
case?
him out.
Yeah.
How they determined he is not with the documents. You
Yeah, he's not competent to stand
yeah.
trial because he's a feeble-minded old retard.
They can't.
Yes.
They
Yes.
can't even
Yes.
charge him.
They can't charge him because he's not mentally competent, but he can be the president. What the actual fuck?
Yeah. Yep.
My God.
Oh, dude, I can only imagine like being another world leader, and just hearing that and just fucking laughing.
Right?
Like, like imagine being Putin, and then tuning into that.
He knows it.
Yeah.
That's why he just endorsed Biden.
Yeah.
He wants Biden back in office.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Damn.
He might like Trump, but he don't want him back in office.
Yeah, because
Oh hell no, he doesn't.
he knows he knows he has to fucking act appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He was a little bitch when they were together. Did you see the videos of
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Did
Trump
you
drafts
Pulls him
right
in. I love that.
did you see the Tucker Carlson? I can't say his last name.
Tucker Carlson.
Yes, that.
Yeah, I did watch that probably about 5 times.
Yeah.
It's pretty dry shit, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the beginning when he's like, I'm just gonna tell just like 5 minutes or something, and he goes on a 35-minute entire history of
Just
Russia.
a master class of the history of Russia.
Yep.
And then he trolls Tucker, and Tucker just takes it. Oh, CIA. You wanted to be CIA. They didn't want to hire you. Huh?
Yeah, Tucker. I think he could have done better.
He could have, but honestly, dude, how much pressure he
He
was
done all
under.
right, but yeah,
The pressure he was
sitting in
under.
the room with that dude.
Dude,
Dude,
I get it.
he could have been killed like that.
Yeah, we could never see him again.
Yep.
I mean, he did press him a little bit about whoever that American journalist is that's still.
Yeah,
There.
honestly, I think he
But-
wasted time doing that. Why bother? Who gives a fuck about a journalist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Fuck him.
What did he say? He's a spy or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they got him for
Yeah.
spying, and they're gonna release him just like they release everybody. But they're gonna use him as a pawn to get another arms dealer another master of war out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna lose that.
That was a
trade.
great deal. I mean, talk about Trump making good deals. I mean,
Art of the deal right there. Holy
Brittany Griner
shit.
for the Merchant of Death.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
That's the trade of the century. My God. Putin should write a book.
He should write a book.
Jesus.
You want to do something a little upbeat?
Sure.
Maybe a little like
You guys want to dance?
positive.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
as Kenny would say, like let's talk about something nice. Why don't you talk about something nice?
Nice.
Oh, we're not gonna dance. All right. About to drop it like it's hot.
We got that up there. It's the first video. No. The one right after your work truck there.
This one? Yeah, I gotcha.
Get your
I
shit
think
together,
that white
Jane.
people are committed to being villains in the aggregate, right? The thing I want to say to you is we got to take these motherfuckers out. But I know, but like, we can't say that, right? We can't say, like, I don't believe in a project of violence. I truly don't. White folks are not infinite and eternal, right? They ain't gonna go on for infinity and infinity. And that's super important to remember, that white colonialism and imperialism has a beginning. And in my way of thinking about the world, that means it has an end. And so part of what we are trying to do is to imagine what are the steps that we must take to get to the other side of this very inconvenient, epochal interruption of like Black and indigenous world making. I mean, does that give people comfort on a day-to-day when you like just having to deal with white folks and the travesties that they create and the sense that they want to destroy the planet? Nah, there is a world beyond even our sojourn on the earth. And so whiteness is going to have an end date, because it is not, despite what white people think of themselves, they do not defy the laws of eternity, right? Their projects are not so
my new favorite
sophisticated that the natural laws of physics change for them. And when we sort of humble them humble our own understandings of whiteness, it seems like the biggest giant that we face. But in the end, right, it is what I like to say is, Black folks were out here for centuries and centuries and millennia doing all kinds of wonderful things, and probably some fucked up things too. But whiteness is largely an inconvenient interruption. And so we then get to ask ourselves, so why am I here in this moment of it? Like, damn, why did I show up in this particular iteration? And it's like, well, I think we showed up in this iteration precisely so that we could help to figure out an end and a way to the other side of this, gargantuan historical tragedy that is white supremacy.
Sorry, I thought that was going to be an uplifting. Maybe that was but
Is that the diversity, equity, inclusion final boss? What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
was
I
that
love
amazing
her.
or what?
Oh my God, I guarantee she blames her fatness on racism.
She is a professor of women's and gender studies and Africana studies at Rutgers University in New Jersey.
But the people
Wow.
are retarded.
Thank you.
They are at Rutgers.
That
Fine institution.
I have been saved. That clip's a little bit old, but I've been saving that one for a while, and it seemed appropriate for this
month
episode and this month.
I can think of nothing better.
Yeah, she's got to take those motherfuckers out,
Of course.
but she does not believe in what does she say? In a method of violence?
Yeah,
Whiteness has an ending.
In a system of violence.
Yes. Yeah, white.
But whiteness has an ending.
It does.
So, and that's what she's here for, to perpetuate.
I was waiting for her to say we were Kangs. We was Kangs and shit.
I just can't, like the test is always just switch the words, right?
Okay.
It's always just switch white with black, switch whatever, and how does it sound?
You will be crucified.
It sounds fucking horrible.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the podcast. It was like they always talk about like racism, white towards black, and like you said, switch those words, dude. If like canceled, going to jail. Like if you said what she said, but towards the black community, like
There would be worse riots than when George Floyd,
yeah, like
took fentanyl and died.
Ascended into heaven.
Yes.
You mean, yeah.
When St. George. took his throne in heaven. It would be worse.
Yeah.
If she was white and said that.
Yep.
Yeah. But yet, so I truly believe that's why there's been a redefinition of the word racism, right? Because you guys know what the new definition is:
Enlightenment.
prejudice. So it used to be just prejudice or hatred of another group because of their skin color, right? That was something that anyone could be to anyone.
Yeah.
When that was no longer useful to their
Brand
or their mission, what they did was they added the word power to it.
Yes.
So that's why black people cannot be, which sounds incredibly racist to even say, that's why black people can't be racist to white people, is because black people have no power.
What about the first female millionaire? She
So-
has power. She had power. I'm sure she's dead now.
I bet you she had some white employees.
I guarantee she did. Some fucking white slaves.
And I'm sure she obviously has some generational wealth that probably trickled down throughout her
Absolutely.
family.
And now we have Oprah.
So, and now
That's how Oprah was born, by the way.
Yes.
yeah. But I love that lady. So many good points, so many insightful points.
I could watch that on a loop all day.
It just really feels like people like that just really trying to bring people together and just really heal the divisiveness that's going on in the country. You know, you just feel the love from somebody like
That's
her.
one of those videos where you have like one AirPod in and just listen to it on loop all day long to really hype you up and get you through your day.
They should take the scroll that the Statue of Liberty has, rip it the fuck down, make one, inscribe what she just said, and stick it on there, and call it a wrap.
We're done.
We're done. We've fixed the world.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you guys knew before that, but we do not defy the laws of physics. We're not so powerful that we can defy the laws of physics.
So you say.
So she says. That's Brittany Cooper, professor of women's and gender studies and Africana studies.
Does she have a Twitter?
She does. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to follow her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, X. Sorry, Elon.
Yeah.
Lord Elon, don't strike me down.
I do the same thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed it on the radio today too. Everyone still calls it
People
Twitter.
say it's hard to get.
Yeah, that rebrand's never gonna stick.
Yeah. Oh, it just reminds me of porn. Like
X.
Yeah.
Granted, I mean, there's a shit ton of porn on Twitter too, but
yeah,
like it's just not a good. Like I get it, SpaceX, X for Twitter. Like I get what he's going for, but like
it's not smooth. Twitter, dude, just leave it Twitter.
Yeah,
It's a multi-billion-dollar brand.
No.
Just let it be.
You guys hear he just got nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize?
Did he?
Elon did?
Trump also got nominated.
Did he?
He did.
Really? I didn't hear that.
He did for the Abraham Accords.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that
But Obama got it.
Oh yeah.
Before
he did anything.
I think for the drone strikes.
Was it for that? Oh, okay. Very well. Well, it's deserved.
Yeah. Brittany Cooper, yeah. Sorry, Kenny. I said we're gonna talk about something nice since you always like to talk about something nice. But
that was a great video.
It was.
I thought it was
good.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. It was good.
Yeah, Kenny would have loved that.
He would have loved it.
He would have uncomfortably sat on the couch and yeah.
Oh, you guys getting couches in the mix? I'm sitting on the couch next time.
Kenny, we can drag it back over. Yeah, we used to have the couch.
You know how
This
cool
way.
that would look, that dynamic, if we had. All right, granted, we'd probably have to move the table, but if we had the couch behind you guys, it had like a dimensional like.
Who would be on the couch?
We
though?
got fucking.
Kenny.
We got drums, dude.
Or just have Kenny on the couch
Yeah,
behind
Kenny on the couch.
Laying there.
George Costanza, like
A fucking speedo.
Oh, that'd be great.
But no, we can totally bring the couch back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a comfy couch. Kenny always bitched about it.
Yeah, well,
But I
his
think it's
feet
because
didn't. His feet didn't.
Yeah,
touch
his
the
feet
ground.
wouldn't touch the floor.
How tall is it?
Not very.
No.
As tall as short is.
All right.
How are we doing time wise?
We were at 50 minutes.
Oh,
Dude, we can go for like fucking 10 hours.
Yeah. Grab you guys some more beers and we'll get back to it.
Yeah, let's get some more beers.
yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's pause.
Pause.
Maybe we'll take a little break.
We're live. Part 2.
Sweet, we're back.
We're black.
We're black.
No, I felt different.
Speaking of white guys, you guys know Jon Stewart's back.
He is back.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I mean, he's back just in time for Black History Month to take a job away from a black man. Bye, Trevor.
Bye, buddy.
Bye, Trevor. I don't know.
It's mighty white of him.
I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna do. I mean, I think he's a funny guy, but I watched some of his his Apple show that he had,
And
and
it was trash.
it was so horrible.
Oh my god.
It was so because it wasn't what he used to do.
No.
It was him like bowing down and like apologizing to people. They did a whole segment, about whiteness, like all the shit we've been talking about, whiteness, and he was just like, you could even see him. He was like bent over in his chair, trying to be lower than it was just so fucking pitiful.
So cringe.
It was so cringe. Did a whole thing, of course, about like gender mutilation surgery, and all for that. And I was just like, I don't know. Like
He had one based episode where
Did he?
he went off on the media.
Okay.
And I think I made a TikTok about it. But it was that was the one good thing he did. And then after that, it was all just, I'm white and I'm terrible. We're terrible people.
Right. I mean, he did. I'll give him props for what he did on Colbert's show when he talked about, when it was like, oh, he's one of those crazy right wing conspiracy people that believes in the lab leak.
Yeah, but he got his
theory.
He got his dick smacked for that. Now he's back in line.
Yeah.
But he's in hot water again because he made jokes about Biden.
Right.
So I don't know. Is he back in line?
I just
We'll
don't
see with the next episode.
Yeah. Because I thought it was decent. He went after Biden. He went after Trump, and you don't see any Trump people bitching about it. Because
No, dude, that's all we ask. It's just if you're gonna make fun of Trump all you want. Also make fun of the other people. That's it. Both sides. Be down the middle.
yeah, but I don't know. I'm not sure who his audience is going to be. Because I think there is still an audience for what he can do, and he does it well. But I don't know if he's gonna keep doing that, or if he's gonna get dragged back and have to toe the line.
Is it on Comedy Central?
Yeah,
I didn't know Comedy Central was still around.
I know.
I mean, shit. Isn't South Park on HBO now?
Is it?
I believe it is, or Paramount.
No, I thought it was in Hulu.
It's still,
I think it's on every streaming platform.
but I think
I don't think it's on.
But I think it's still officially a Comedy Central show.
I don't know. I think it's Paramount. Doesn't really matter because Comedy Central is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
Which is basically the point.
That's true.
So, who's gonna watch it? Who has cable television anymore?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, shit. You're gonna watch clips of it on YouTube.
Right.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how successful it's, and so he's only doing it one night a week. It's not every night anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's gonna gain traction. Young kids probably aren't gonna watch it.
Yeah, I don't even know who you're talking
I
about
don't
right
think
now.
so. Yeah.
He's one of your people.
Oh yeah,
He's chosen.
yeah,
Yeah.
special ones.
He is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
you've heard of the Daily Show, right? No.
Nope.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
So yeah, because it's been shit for years. Because this guy Trevor Noah has been the host for years. Jon Stewart started it back. Well, actually, he was the second or third host. There was Craig Kilborn,
He's the third host.
and there was somebody else in there too besides Craig Kilborn. I can't remember.
He might be the second host.
He was the second or third, but basically he kind of paved the way for like a lot of political comedy nowadays. It was like a news show, but it was like a spoof news show. So it was like, and he,
So like Saturday Night Live wasn't scripted, or no, Jimmy Kimmel.
no, but it was like,
We wouldn't have Jimmy Kimmel doing what he's doing. We wouldn't have
Yeah.
Colbert, literally. Wouldn't have all this bullshit political humor if it wasn't for Jon Stewart.
yeah. So Stephen Colbert started off as a correspondent on The Daily Show.
Yeah.
He was like he was actually funny back then.
Yeah.
It was before he was a total sellout and got bought by the establishment. and just like started making dance videos about taking the vaccine and shit like that, and like crying in his panties about
That was fucking
about
gold. I don't know what you're talking about. Jesus. I can watch that all day.
My God, talk about cringe. That was like, oh my God, dude, you actually used
That was
to be
cringe AF.
funny. You actually used to be funny and subversive, and now you're just a
Well,
puppet.
when he was
Like,
playing a character, now he's himself.
yeah,
We find out he's not really funny.
he's not.
He was good
Yeah.
at playing a character.
Yeah. But Johnson, like, as much as, and I do respect him a lot. I think he's a talented dude. I think he's funny. I think he's smart.
Yeah.
But he's also been responsible for giving us like a lot of shitty comedians over the past couple of years, like Colbert, obviously.
Samantha Bee.
Fucking Samantha Bee.
Yeah. John Oliver.
John Oliver.
The name sounds familiar.
Well,
Yeah.
he's in some shit right now, which won't amount to anything. But yeah,
So we've got a video actually of John Oliver, if you want to pop up.
So that's the offer. $1 million a year, Clarence, and a brand new condo on wheels. And all you have to do in return is sign the contract and get the fuck off the Supreme Court. Talk it over with your totally best friend in the whole world. Because the clock starts now. 30 days, Clarence. Let's do this. That's our show. Thank you so much for watching.
So this is the whitest guy on television who has an offer for the blackest man on the Supreme Court, and
that sounds racist to me.
I think I believe it's punishable up to 15 years in prison for
You can't bribe a Supreme Court
bribing a
justice.
Supreme Court justice, right?
Yeah, you can't do that. He's also not even American.
He's not American, dude. He is so fucking smug and condescending. I've hated this limey bastard for years. And this is another guy who actually he was funny on the Daily Show, but once he got off that and once he became the spotlight,
Yeah.
we figured out how actually unfunny these people are. And his whole shtick seems to be if he adds the word "fuck" or "fucking" to the end of a sentence that he said, like that's his like that's what makes it funny. Get the fuck off the Supreme Court.
Spot on, Chet. Spot on.
Very well, cheers.
So yeah, I mean the backstory to that is people have been giving Clarence Thomas shit because he happens to be friends with some rich people. He's playing footsie with me.
I caught that.
And so that's the thing. It's like, all right, I'm a Supreme Court justice. I happen to have friends who are rich. They invite me on a vacation.
Yeah.
Does that mean that I'm going to do what they tell me to do? Or does that mean that we're just fucking friends and we're doing something together? That's what these people don't understand. They're like, oh, you took this vacation from this rich guy. It's like,
And you took a vacation with a rich
but he's
guy.
my friend. And the other thing about the fucking RV, which John Oliver probably doesn't understand, is Clarence Thomas and his wife Ginny actually spend most of the summer driving their RV around the country, staying at regular ass campgrounds, talking to regular fucking Americans, and just hanging out.
That's so based.
That's what he's a fucking Supreme Court justice, and he's hanging out in his RV at campgrounds, national parks and shit, just hanging out with people.
Well, he obviously knows that. That RV wasn't a mistake.
John Oliver's not doing that shit. He's not hanging out with normal.
No, he's sipping tea
Right.
over in jolly old England.
So it's jolly something. Yeah. So yeah, that's John Oliver, and we can thank Jon Stewart for that because he started off on the Daily Show, and now he's
For all of Jon Stewart's sins, he also gave us Stephen Carell.
it's true.
Is it worth what the nightmare we're going through right now with late night television? No, but
It's not.
Stephen Carell in The Office.
That's true.
You can't. It's hard to top that. That's a gift that keeps on giving.
There actually, I think it was Stephen and Steven was an early bit, and it was Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert, and they did a thing together on the Daily, and then they both had their individual things, but I'm pretty sure they did. I think it was Steven and Steven.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, Steve Carell is the only funny person I think that came out of that show, but not like
He's also the only one that didn't go political.
yeah,
Smart move.
it's a total smart move.
Yeah.
Somehow he's been able to navigate that, and I would guess he's more successful than. I mean, Samantha Bee, her show got canceled.
half of the country doesn't know who the
She's
fuck she is.
cackling like, oh my god, I should have grabbed a clip of her because she's so horrible.
Thank you for not doing that. Thank you. My dick would go inside my body.
Oh man, yeah. So, yeah, that's what John Oliver thinks he's going to get. Clarence Thomas, the only black man on the Supreme Court, off of the Supreme Court during Black History Month.
It's the most racist shit I've ever heard.
Thanks, John Oliver. You're doing great work. You're doing a great job. Yeah, Black History Month. Let's get Clarence Thomas off the Supreme Court. Cool.
But hey, I mean, if he doesn't accept it, I will totally take him up on that offer.
Yeah.
And just take that
Oh yeah.
RV and that money.
Isn't it great that they have no self-awareness? That
It's
they do the most
amazing.
racist shit ever,
Right.
but claim to be
The
benevolent,
as long
kind white saviors.
We'll see. As long as you're talking about a black conservative, because there's nothing that these fucking leftists hate more than a free-thinking black conservative.
They are public enemy number one.
You see it everywhere. You see anybody, Candace Owens,
Yeah.
all these people that are waking up and realizing the Democratic Party has been this plantation for black people for a long time now. Like, as soon as they wake up and as soon as they start to talk to other black people about it, they instantly become public enemy number one. And Clarence Thomas has been since the beginning, since Joe Biden tried to take him out like during his confirmation hearing.
Yeah.
You know,
A great example is Kanye.
yeah.
How much bigger could you get than Kanye West? Culturally.
None more bigger.
And as soon as he put on...
How much more black could this be? And the answer is none. None more black.
As soon as he put on that MAGA hat, it was over.
Yeah.
He didn't have to say anything about the chosen people.
Yeah.
All he had to do was put that MAGA hat on.
That's it.
And embrace Trump. And his career was done.
Done. Yeah.
It's coming back, though.
What did you see? They don't think it's the same person now that he's been like kidnapped.
Oh, really?
And then
Swapped out?
Yeah, swapped out.
No.
It kind of, I don't know.
Really? I know. I haven't.
Yeah.
I've heard that about Biden. I haven't heard that about
Yeah, no, they
John Fetterman. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they talked about you know, he was gone for a while and then got swapped out, and then seeing like close images of him, it doesn't really look like the same person anymore.
It's possible.
And he needs to drop that fucking album.
Yeah.
He's really good at like, oh, I'm gonna drop music on the 11th, and then it's like 3 months later, like, where the fuck is it?
Yeah.
So as soon as he drops that album, he's back.
Yeah.
All is forgiven.
Probably.
I mean, he's already done like teaser concerts for it, dude.
Yeah.
And everyone's freaking out about it. Like, everyone's like, oh, hype trains right behind him, bro, ready to take off.
Oh my god, how's he so good at making music when he's such a train wreck of a fucking person?
I don't know.
Did you see him on Rogan?
Yeah. Oh,
Kanye
yeah.
was
That
on
was one of
Rogan.
the hardest podcasts to watch.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And on Alex Jones too. That one was Alex.
If that
Alex
was really
gave him.
him.
Alex gave him so many. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, but Alex gave him so many chances. He was just like,
Dude, it's hard to outshine Alex Jones. It really is.
it is. It's very hard.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but do you want to do Trump sneakers, or should we do You're Part of the Problem?
Oh yeah, we should talk about Trump sneakers.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I'm so mad I didn't know about them. I would have bought a pair. I'd be wearing them right now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
Well, there are 3 different styles, 4 different styles.
There's 3 different styles.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think is a missed opportunity, should have called them Jan 6s. If he'd have done that, holy shit, what an epic troll. Trump, sorry, God Emperor. Fire the marketing team. Give me a call.
Yep.
And we'll get you back in the White House.
But the ones, I think they're not all sold out, but I think the ones that were
The gold ones are sold out.
yeah, and they were 400.
Yeah.
I think $399.
Yeah, I think so.
And instantly,
There's 1,000 of them, 1,000 pairs individually numbered.
and they instantly went up on eBay or wherever for like $4,000 to $5,000.
Oh yeah,
I think.
I don't know if anybody's actually sold a pair.
Yeah,
That's the numbers I was. Somebody had one up for like $15,000.
Yeah, right.
It was insane. My God, I love them, but I wouldn't pay that much.
I was talking to Norm about the
YouTube. TikTok's not paying me that well.
Yeah.
Did you see Trump's car get sold for $1 million?
Yeah, the Lambo.
Yeah.
The Diablo. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we looked it up. It sells like usually for like $233 to like $350.
Well, Diablo Roadsters are getting hot right now, so they're bumping up towards 500,000. But for his, it's the second time it's changed hands in the past probably 5 years.
Yeah.
And I think it sold for about $1 million last time too. But oh my God, I'd kill for that car.
Wild.
I would suck all the dicks for that
Isn't
car.
yeah that it's like isn't it like I'm pretty sure it's like a 101. Like they did a whole bunch of special stuff for Trump.
It's the paint job, the 101 paint job. That was like a special color.
Yeah, and then
there's a plaque. There's a plaque with his name on it. But other than that, it's just a regular Diablo VT Roadster. But my God, to own that.
Yeah, and it's low miles too. So
yeah, there's pictures of him driving it in Florida and at the gas station putting gas in it.
Nice,
dude. It's so cool. He's wearing a pink shirt. Oh my God, it's the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Oh,
do you want to pop up that video from SneakerCon? So
Yeah.
for anybody who doesn't know, Trump was at the sneaker convention in Philly this past week, and depending on who you get your news from, again, either the entire crowd was booing him, or as you'll see from this video, they were saying, fuck Joe Biden and USA, USA. And there was actually someone on Twitter, X, who they did the same thing that the interviewer from the original NASCAR race said where Let's Go Brandon came from. She was like, she posted it and she was like, "Do you hear everybody saying, let's go Biden?" And people were like, are you serious? Where have you been for the past couple, like, really? They're saying fuck Joe Biden. They're not saying let's go Biden.
yeah, I'll play it right now.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
there's a good. I actually posted it. There's a good shot of someone painting the crowd. And you hear it plain as day. Fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone on Twitter, every leftist fucking jitbag on Twitter was just they're booing. He's being booed. Trump's booed.
So many posts I've seen, and I'm like,
I posted,
show me the clip of the booze. I don't.
I
hear
post the
boo-
fuck Joe Biden clips underneath it. Like, really? That's not what I heard.
Yeah. There's another one like everybody is USA, USA,
Yeah.
USA. Like
Yeah.
I've looked at a lot of them and I've not seen anyone.
You just have to be in
where
the
he's being
right
booed.
the right spot of the room, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. The one person with their camera be like, boo, boo, into the microphone. I mean, that's what these people are like. Like, they're existing in a vacuum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, it's the same as them yelling boo into their own phone to think that Trump doesn't have an insane amount of support right now, or that Biden has any chance. Like,
all right, let's just talk hypotheticals here. All right, I know we're gonna go a little bit into the political field. I mean, we're totally not there already, but the chance that Trump gets robbed out of this election again, like, how are they gonna try to cover this up? Because last time, like, we were like, all right, that was pretty obvious what just happened.
It'd be pretty bold for them to do it again, but it's not off the table for them to take him out.
Yeah.
I think they'll stop at nothing to keep him out of the White House. So, if that happens,
if they can't put him in jail, what's the next possible thing they can do?
Yeah.
Like Andrew Tate said, they cancel you, they try to put you in jail, and if that doesn't work, they kill you.
Yeah. He's dead on, just like everything else he says.
Well, we're down. I mean,
Top G, baby.
Top G.
We're like two.
Fucking love that guy.
We're two of those. Two of those are checked off already.
Yep.
In regards to Trump. So
I mean, they've charged him with so many things. They act like this is normal. This isn't normal. No president's ever been charged with crimes before.
Well, I mean, you guys remember when we were warned that if Trump gets elected, it's going to be this fascist dictatorship. He's going to jail his opponents.
Yeah, they were projecting.
Right? He's going to jail Hillary Clinton. He said it. You'd be in jail.
Yeah.
Right? Can anybody name a single politician or a single journalist that Trump put in jail while he was in office? No.
He's totally not a fascist. I wish he was a fascist. I would fucking love it.
Didn't he, when Trump, if I remember correctly, didn't Trump get people out of jail when he first?
He pardoned many multiple numbers of people than Biden has pardoned so far.
Including someone from Death Row Records. That's why Snoop's on the Trump train now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He
A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, a bunch of rappers he let out.
Which I can't remember if he called... No, somebody else called him WhatsApp Ricky.
What?
A$AP Rocky.
ASAP.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
WhatsApp Ricky. Somebody... I don't think it was Trump. I think it was somebody maybe doing a Trump impersonation, but WhatsApp Ricky. Which is...
Kodak Black, whoever that is.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, he was down at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, he was.
Just chilling.
Yeah. Well, dude, we talked about this. I'm really interested to see what the percentage of the black vote is that Trump gets this time.
I think it's gonna be big.
Because I think it's going to be big.
Yeah, and you know what? Democrats know it's going to be big. That's why they're importing all these illegals.
How do you guys feel about the Texas?
What about Texas?
They're standing their grounds right now. And
Well, I love what Texas is doing, obviously.
Yeah.
It's going to be effective. I mean, what are they doing? They're going to start a civil war?
worst case.
I mean, it's worth it.
It'd be interesting. And then did you saw Russia? I don't know if this was official or not, but Russia was saying they'd back Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a Russian official or what it was, but they were saying, like, if, you know, Texans, if they need, like, somewhere to refugee, they were like, Russia is open. They're like, come on board.
Oh, my God.
Wild.
Yeah. Dude, I'm moving to Texas before they secede, become Russia.
That would be wild. Yeah. Where would you go? I mean, we'd have to be. You can't go to like Austin. It seems like it's lost at this point. Like
Austin is lost. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty.
Yeah.
Dude, the rest of Texas
but
is all right.
Yeah, that's right. There's so much.
It's big state.
It's true.
A lot of barbecue. Oh my God.
Well, not only that, but I know from like my gaming side of thing, like Texas, like a shit ton of like pro players moved down to Texas because they shut down like all the servers and it's only central servers now that you can play on. Okay. So everyone moved to fucking Texas because that's where they have one of the servers at. Wow. So everyone would play like crazy, like low latency and all that. Dude, I'm talking hundreds of thousands of people.
Really?
Moved to Texas.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for that good connection.
What? There's tax breaks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Texas got a lot going for it.
All right, sounds like a plan. Let's go, guys.
Let's go.
Wrap
all
it
right,
up.
We're done. List this house. All right, we did Trump sneakers. Let's do. I'm hoping this is gonna become a reoccurring segment on the show.
It should.
We're gonna call it "You Are Part of the Problem." We got a video actually. This was hilarious, which was like a good indication of like how in sync Matt and I are on certain shit, because I saw this video on Twitter and later that day I got a notification from Red Pill University on TikTok and I went to look and Matt had posted the exact same video and it was before I had a chance to cut it up and post it to White Guys. So this is the
Beat you, bitch.
Yeah.
Got him.
Got him.
Can't fuck around with a professional.
That's right. It's the whatever the last one is. Can you roll it back?
It's not even my video.
This is the original.
Due to systemic and structural racism that black women have had to endure, they only make 64 cents to every dollar that you make.
Not true.
So as a fitting start to Black History Month, I want to take what you will make today, multiply it by 64%, and then take that difference and give it to some black women today. This shows that you are honoring them, that you are appreciating them, and that you are dedicated to equity. And black women, you know what to do.
What are they gonna do?
There you go. What is the last part? I want to
I don't get it.
Go get your nails done.
They're gonna pull a meatball.
Everybody must eat. So her screen name is Dr. Callie MD. So
really?
You can name yourself whatever you want, obviously on TikTok.
Yeah.
But if this fucking bitch has a medical degree, whatever college gave her that degree needs to have its accreditation instantly revoked. Yeah. Because if you're coming out of medical college and you're still sounding as retarded as this chick is, like, I'm sorry, your college is trash. Like,
yeah.
And as a doctor, what's the average annual income for a doctor? 300,000?
I have no idea.
Depends on what type of doctor, but yeah, ballpark.
So average that, or compare that to the average white man's income. I think 200,000 to 300,000 is probably higher.
She got me beat.
She's got me beat.
She owes me reparations.
See what exactly? With any of this, you're like, are you serious? Is this real? Or are you trying? Or it's like is this a troll?
I would say it's a troll, but they have no sense of humor. They can't pull that off.
That's what I mean. So that's what makes me think it's sincere.
Yeah.
Was that a sexist or a racist joke?
Both.
Okay.
Like if this was, what's her name? There's a hilarious black lady who's a conservative who's trolls. She's on. I'm sure you've seen her on TikTok. She's got a persona as a teacher, and she wears a Corona mask that says Black Lives Matter. And she's got like crazy hair, and she like has the talk down perfectly. Like she knows how to sound exactly like a crazed leftist.
Yeah.
But it's a complete troll. Actually, I think she fooled fucking Ben Shapiro.
Really?
I think actually posted
Not
one
hard
of
to
her videos and was like, "Could you believe this?" And I think her name is Callie actually too. It's Cal.
I'm going to try and only shop white-owned during White History Month. White is king. So today I'm going to wear my white girl magic shirt. I think I'm going to start a white student union club at my school. Oh my gosh, you want to touch my hair? That's so racist. I'm going to watch the white movie section on Netflix today. White is beautiful. Just my skin color makes me shine.
But yeah, for anybody out there who doesn't, any white guys out there for the rest of Black History Month, take your salary times 0.65. I guess, and I don't know, like what's the mechanism for actually getting the money?
I don't know.
To the black women?
Math went over my head when she said it.
Yeah,
it's like okay.
So she's saying we should have extra money because currently there's no money. Where are we getting this extra bit to give out?
Well, yeah, they're only making 65 cents for every dollar we make.
Yeah,
which, if you still believe that bullshit at this point, if you still believe even white women make 77, as Obama said, 77 cents per dollar, if you have not looked into the actual statistics of that and you still believe that, then I don't even know what to tell you, because that doesn't take into account hours worked, education, type of work. That's when they came up with those numbers, with those discrepancies, that was every type of job across the board for every woman and every man.
Yeah.
It doesn't take into account part-time, full-time, degree, non-degree. So that's how they came up with that. And if you spend even a fucking minute researching that, you realize it's all bullshit. And it's just, since COVID, like, where is anybody who wants to work? Like, just about anybody I know who owns a business cannot find people.
Dude, anybody who works in the corporate world, all these little nerdy white kids in the corporate world, they don't want to, they work from home.
They don't even want to go into the office.
They don't. If they have to go into the office, it's a fucking tragedy.
Right.
Oh my God, traffic. Oh no.
Right. Going to a place of work.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, it's almost like some weird rapture happened where people just got removed from the planet, because literally everybody I know who owns a business has been looking for employees for years now, and they can't find anybody. But so where are these people? Where do these people go? You know what I mean?
They're all influencers.
But we're trying to be.
Shit, we're late in the game.
We're late in the game, and we're fucking old. So the odds are not great.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's a process.
But we got a young bull. We got a young guy here.
Got a young bull over there.
Yeah.
Just getting the stallions and pointing them in the right direction.
Yeah. I'll start juicing again, and then make me feel young.
The muscles will come back, but the joints are gone.
Well, joints are gone.
Now we're talking.
Dick's half gone.
All right, I think that was a pretty good episode, guys. What do you think?
I think so.
You know what? You know who? Speaking of black women, we can't end this yet.
Oh, we got
Did you hear about Rachel Dolezal?
Holy shit, that's right.
My wonderful white woman. If anybody doesn't know who she is,
my favorite black woman.
His favorite black woman. She's a wonderful woman who pretended to be black, got caught, then pretended to be a victim, and now she is pretending to be someone attractive enough to have an OnlyFans page. So she recently got fired for having said page, and we'll see where she goes from here. Where's she gonna? I mean, does she go tranny? Does she pretend to be something?
That seems like the next level. It's like when you can't do anything else, when you fail at everything else.
Yeah,
when you go trans,
that's celebrated.
Right.
But everything she's done has been negative. Maybe she loves the hate. Everything she does has been negative so far.
Yeah.
Will she enjoy the celebration of her transness?
Dude, she was. I mean, I know you know this, but she was the director of an NCAA chapter.
Oh yeah, she went all out. She doesn't half step.
In Washington.
Oh no, she went all in on that.
But listen, I love this woman. I really do. She honestly is my favorite black woman. Like, you might have thought I said that as a joke, but she really is my favorite black woman, because if we are living in this age, right, where we are supposed to celebrate and elevate trans people, right? So we're talking about an actual genetic scientific truth that there is male and female, right? Whereas race, there's really not a whole lot of scientific backing to race. It's like people moved out of certain areas. They lived in other areas for different amounts of times. Things changed. Their melanation levels changed. There's not a whole lot of science behind race. So if we're believing that men can be women and women can be men, but yet we don't believe that a white woman can be a black woman, that to me seems a hell of a lot more believable than a woman trying to be a man or a man trying to be a woman. So that's why I love Rachel Doll.
I love what she's doing. She's changed the game.
Her new name is Nikishi. So I forget what the last name is. Nikishi something.
Something very African, and she's just doubling down.
She's going for it.
The unmitigated fucking gall of this woman. I love it. The hubris.
And I don't think she's trolling at all. I don't
think she is either. She's just deep in that mud shark life.
This is what she believes.
She's sharking hard, and I respect it. I mean, if she can do it, then I'm really considering being transracial myself.
I think you should. I've done it on TikTok before. It's fun as fuck.
I'll do it just so I can drop N-bombs with impunity.
Well, yeah, you can.
Yeah. We'll have to change the name of the podcast. Not White Guys anymore.
We'll do that on TikTok.
All right.
We'll save that for the TikTok lives. But yeah, I mean, that it really seems more believable to me. Like I buy her being a black woman way more than I buy Leah Thomas being a woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can get tan. No, I can't. I'm too white.
Yeah.
Too white, but You can change to the color of your skin.
Hold my beer. Watch this.
I can get pretty ethnic. You might not think with the blonde hair and the but
Really?
I can get pretty dark.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Do you go to tanning bed naked?
I haven't in a long time, but
Do you get dark there?
I'm going to Jamaica soon, so we'll see when I get back.
Dude, I can transform. My 5% comes out, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude,
That's
yeah.
right.
So I'm 5% Native American, and I can completely change skin tones.
Wow. So a Jewish Native American.
Yes.
Man, you were just
No, I'm not Jewish at all.
No?
No, not in the littlest bit.
Thank Christ.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. Do I look Jewish to you? No, it's German, Italian, Irish, Native American. Pretty much like almost every white nationality you could have, and then we have.
Italians are on the fence with being white.
That should have been the first question for you before we even let you speak. Like I don't know.
Yeah, what is your?
I mean, Trump. You got a SCH in there, so there's got to be a little bit of German.
German and Irish.
There we go.
Primarily, there's probably a bunch of other shit in there.
Perfect.
Too.
That's enough.
I too have some Native American.
Yeah. No, but I have a photo on my phone from my one school picture, dude.
Yeah.
And I looked like I was like a Mexican boy. Like
you still do.
Yeah, but like it was extreme.
Nice.
Had the buzz cut afro, like yeah. It was a thing.
The bowl cut's the thing now with the Mexican kids. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my God. You should post a picture, pull one up. It's nice.
Mexican bowl cuts?
It's a good look.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big on the bowl cuts now.
I had one back in the day.
Fucking boomer. How about you get with the program? You don't know this?
I don't keep up with the Mexican hairstyles.
Yeah, sorry about that. I grew up around Amish, so all I saw was bowl cuts.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and the chin strap beards.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys, man, I'll tell you what, they can throw up a fucking bar on a lunch break.
They're
amazing. They're amazing people.
Dude, I've worked with them before, like sometimes summer help, like
fucking
stuff like
they
that.
run.
Dude.
What do you think they do for Black History Month?
The same thing they do for every other month. They work.
Fucking hang them. going back to the old days.
The Amish. Not known to being the most tolerant people.
No. Hard workers, man. Fucking they run.
Hard workers, but not the most tolerant, for sure. Dude, I saw a horse and buggy take off. There was the road was blocked in front of me. It's a four-way intersection. Buggy was coming this way. The horse saw the blockage and just took off down into the field, went down this like 45-degree incline, went up on one side of the wheel, and there was a young girl driving it too. Came up through the field, there was an incline to come back up to this road, and the whole thing almost flipped over. I mean, they were up on like as far as you could go up on one wheel, and got back up on the road and somehow stopped. And I saw the young girl in there, and she was just like not freaking out. She was just holding the reins.
She did that shit on purpose. She meant to do it.
She's like, hold my beer, watch this.
Tokyo drift my ass.
It was wild. It was fucking wild. Yeah.
Ken Block Amish edition.
She held on.
She almost Paul Walkered that bitch, but she made it through it.
Yeah, she made it through. She white knuckled it, but man, it was wild.
Good for her.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Well, they have boring lives. They need to get a little excitement. Why not?
Yeah.
Throw the fucking buggy up on two wheels.
Right.
Guys, you want to know a fact about the Amish?
I do.
So, do you know what the difference between open buggy and closed buggy is?
No.
Married or non-married.
Really?
Yeah.
Who gets the open buggy? The non-married?
Non-married.
So they can show off the goods?
Really?
No, no, you're not allowed to ride in a closed buggy if you're not married. If you're like dating.
Oh, because you'd be finger banging in there or something?
Yeah.
That's just oppressive.
Yeah, right. I mean,
what if it rains? You're shit out of luck.
You're not going nowhere.
Getting wet.
What the fuck, man?
Wow.
Well, on a nice day, it's probably nice.
Yeah. Or
winter time's gonna suck.
Yeah, I was gonna say wintertime is gonna be absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, if you're in a fucking buggy, period, you're not living your best life.
Hey man, they're courting. They're going out and having a good time.
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine they go on Rumspringer?
Oh yeah.
And then they have to go back to that bullshit.
Yep.
They get to experience this awesome shit show.
Yep.
And they go back to just fucking milking cows.
It's a true test.
Throwing up barns on their lunch break.
I think I might go back.
Oh shit! You fucking left.
I think I might go. I've had a very extended Rumspringa. It's been like 30 years. When do you start? 16. Yeah, I'm going on 30 years Rumspringa.
Wow.
You know, I actually
your parents probably miss you. Those cows need tended to.
I don't even have the. I lost my accent. It's been so long.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually I knew a girl that was like grew up in my town. She was Amish, and she actually converted.
Yeah.
And I knew her when she was like 16, 17, and then years go by, and I saw her again. And it was so weird, like normal person.
Really?
You couldn't, no idea she was ever Amish.
Wow.
I was just like, what the fuck? Like, when I saw her when she was a kid, it was, like, full-blown Amish, through and through.
Wow.
And years later, completely...
Dude, they're beautiful girls, man. There's something to be said for inbreeding. Just the fact that those Amish girls are so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Hey, man, just get that, we used to make the joke, grab the weed whacker and go to town.
I didn't get that, but okay.
The bush.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't shave, do they?
No.
That's terrible. Nobody wants to.
The Amish actually have a lot in common with Muslims. There's the inbreeding,
pretty much just the inbreeding.
And the inbreeding. Probably the personal grooming too, I would assume.
Yeah, they don't. Their hygiene is not it.
Yeah.
Like they may shower once a week.
Really?
But if you catch them on shower day, dude,
it's a real treat.
Yeah.
It's special. It's a special day.
Oh, just imagine a musky 5-day hairy bush staring down the barrel at you. Oh. Ooh.
Standing up straight.
Oh my God.
It's spiked. It's so dirty.
It's a bush that's never once in its life been tamed, by the way.
Oh, wow.
It's growing thorns at that point.
You know what? The bush is going to come back at some point, and they'll be back in style.
I have to say I'm a fan of a decently sized bush, not a completely but like
a little. It's got to be groomed.
Totally shaved. I'm not. It kind of skews me out a little bit.
Love it.
Yeah. No, I like a little. I like a little hair. Decent amount.
Dude, I hooked up with a chick like a year ago. Never mind. I'm not going to go into that.
Should we end this?
She had a bush, and I was appalled.
Yeah.
It shocked me. I didn't see it coming. In this day and age, you're going to have a giant fucking bush and not tell anybody.
Stars.
You're going to walk around with that and not tell anybody about it? Not give me a warning?
It should have been a text or something.
Oh, my God. You feel my hand going down there to give you a little diddle, and you're not going to give me a warning?
I just want to let you know. You might be touching something that you're not expecting.
What was that?
Do you remember Chia Pets?
Chia.
This is 10 times longer than
I
that.
don't like where this is going.
I'm
gonna call it a night.
You put your hand down her pants. You're like, well, I thought I knew where it was at, but I just got lost.
Oh God, it was a shock. So women don't do that. Not good.
Oh, I think this is a great way to end it now.
Yeah, let's stick a fucking fork in it.
I think so. Multiple forks in it.
All right, White Guys, episode number 23.
White Guys!
Dude, I was going to say, if we did anything like we did for Pride Month, for Black History Month, we're fucked.
Oh, it'd be bad. Yeah.
Oh, the rainbow dildo. Every time I pass that fucking... Every time I pass that fucking...
So many people have told me that. Yeah.
Oh, I just see them up top. I'm just like, yep, they're holding rainbow dicks.
It was such a good Photoshop.
So many people were like, that's obviously Photoshopped. I was like, no shit.
Yeah.